Ты живый?
Да. Наш дрон, походу, спалился.
Encounter between a Ukrainian Mi-24 helicopter and a Russian Geran-2. The moment a Ukrainian soldier was shot by a Russian FPV drone. The footage belongs to the Ukrainian soldier.
Пидор, лягай! Триста! Пацаны, можете помощь оказать? Отъезжаю! Отъезжаю!
Russian Garans visited the Lyut military unit in Stepanivka, Donetsk Oblast, and effectively destroyed the place where the soldiers were hiding.
Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe, and like.
Donetsk front. Footage of a powerful FAB attack on a Ukrainian fortress near the town of Yalta. Russian armed forces soldiers are using restored Ukrainian drones to deliver water, cigarettes, and supplies to the front lines.
4 километра. Попробуем. Утащит, не утащит. Их хваленный шрайк от Эрмио Дронс. Пацаны водички попьют и дадут вам пизды.
Arrival of a Molnia-type attack UAV belonging to the Russian armed forces at Ukrainian positions in the direction of Konstantinovsky. Two missile strikes were carried out by the Iskander M mobile missile system on air defense units belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in the Sumy region. The result of the missile attack carried out by the Iskander M missile system on the Ukrainian Armed Forces training ground near Davydiv Brid in the Kherson region. This is the same attack that the Ukrainian ground forces wrote about today, claiming that security measures were taken in time when an airstrike warning was received and that many lives were saved. The footage shows no safety measures were in place. Personnel were conducting training exercises at the training ground during the attack. The following were lost as a result of the attacks. Approximately 11 vehicles, up to 75 personnel, killed and injured. An air defense crew equipped with a Terran-type interceptor unmanned aerial vehicle. Russian fighters first launched an FPV drone attack on a Ukrainian forces shelter. The drone's impact caused a powerful explosion. Then, a Russian fighter threw a backpack filled with anti-tank mines into the shelter, completely destroying it. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. A sailor from the 382nd Battalion of the Severgard Regiment, together with Ukrainian Armed Forces soldiers, destroys a position by approaching it with grenade launchers during the liberation of Kurilovka. In recent months, the Russian army has continued to establish a buffer zone in the Sumy region after liberating the Kursk region. An archive image from the time when the Kursk region was liberated. A Ukrainian UAV control point in the village of Romashkovo on the right bank of the Dnieper River was destroyed by an FPV drone attack. Kherson direction. A group of operators from the UAV unit of the 114th Motorized Rifle Regiment of the 5th Guards Army is striking Ukrainian Armed Forces equipment and personnel in the direction of Vremivsky. A drone operator and reconnaissance team from the 69th Separate Protection Brigade destroyed a Ukrainian Armed Forces T-72 tank in the direction of Hulyapol. In addition, a Lancet drone attack on the tank was carried out by operators from the 14th Guard Special Forces Brigade, along with a group of drones in the tower. During nighttime attacks, 2 pickup trucks belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces were destroyed. At the same time, the movement of a 4-person infantry group was detected, and a Russian drone carried out the attack at midnight. Russian forces' UAV operators struck numerous military personnel hiding in wooded areas throughout the day. With reconnaissance units identifying coordinates from afar, attack drones flew directly to their targets and struck all of them. A Russian fighter destroyed a Ukrainian FPV drone in mid-air using a small weapon. Armored vehicles are on fire. In Seversk, a fake armored personnel carrier belonging to the Ukrainian Armed Forces, based on a Tu-19 MST-S self-propelled gun, was destroyed by a fiber-optic FPV unmanned aerial vehicle. In the Kherson direction, Russian fighters are detecting and destroying positions of the Ukrainian armed forces in the settlement. Russian drone operators precisely identify the positions, because there are houses with civilians in the neighborhood. They are sensitive in distinguishing which house has civilians and which house has soldiers. Before the FPV drone attack begins, reconnaissance drones confirm whether the position is a civilian or military position. Russian drone operators are dismantling a fortress where Ukrainian forces are still located in the Kupiansk direction. The drone operators' precise actions are helping Russian troops advance and saving the lives of Russian soldiers. Drones with munitions-dropping capabilities destroyed the Ukrainian fortress with bombs dropped one after another. A Russian FPV drone lying in wait at midnight took off when a Ukrainian vehicle passed by. It saluted the Ukrainian infantry in the back of the pickup truck. A Russian fiber-optic drone carried out a precise strike on a Ukrainian military shelter. After the explosion, one of the soldiers staggered out and hid in another shelter. However, a Russian reconnaissance drone was monitoring the situation from a distance. A second drone was sent, and this time the job was finished. The Russians shot down a Ukrainian armed forces drone named Luty in spectacular fashion. Russian artillery is continuously firing on Ukrainian armed forces soldiers along the entire front line. The footage was recorded by Ukrainian soldiers. In the Sumy region, a Russian Lancet missile-equipped UAV destroyed an American-made Abrams tank used by the Ukrainian armed forces. Zaporizhzhia direction. Russian reconnaissance drone operators detected the military base of the Ukrainian armed forces. A fiber-optic attack drone was then sent, and the operation was successful. Paratroopers from the 217th Regiment of the Sever Military Group are destroying howitzers and pickup trucks belonging to the 47th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the direction of Tetkino. Objective control footage clearly shows that Ukrainian forces' camouflage and electronic warfare equipment are ineffective against Air Force units' FPV unmanned aerial vehicles. Russia's Zala-type kamikaze drones are destroying Ukrainian forces' fortifications by crashing into them like this. Don't forget to share your thoughts on the drones in the comments. Don't forget to join our Telegram group. The UAV control center of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in Kirovsk was destroyed by a Russian aircraft-type UAV. A Russian soldier quietly approached a Ukrainian shelter and threw his backpack full of anti-tank mines into the shelter. A UAV control point of the Ukrainian Armed Forces was detected in the Konstantinovsky direction. The footage first shows the UAV control point being hit. Then the destruction of antennas and various electronic devices can be seen. An air defense drone, Yelka, carries out kinetic interception of a Ukrainian reconnaissance UAV in the SSE zone. Despite active maneuvers, the Ukrainian UAV was overtaken by the Russian interceptor and lost its tail feathers. Artificial intelligence algorithms embedded in the guidance system of the Yelka air defense drone make it possible to hit the most vulnerable structural elements of Ukrainian UAVs, increasing the probability of target destruction as a result of kinetic interception. In the direction of Vovchansk, Severian reconnaissance units discovered the position of an M777 howitzer deployed to this section of the front line to halt the advance of assault units. The coordinates were relayed to Lenvio's FPV-6 operators, who carried out a precision strike, destroying the American field artillery weapon. UAV operators of the 14th Guards Special Forces Brigade of the Vostok Group destroyed an M113 armored personnel carrier, a Puma UAV, 2 temporary deployment points near the village of Alexievka. Russian fiber optic attack drones are targeting Ukrainian armed forces infantry on the front line. In the Pokrovsk region, equipment and weapons of the Ukrainian armed forces are systematically destroyed by Russian fiber optic drones. Artillery of the 29th Brigade of the 200th Brigade of the 200th Guards. All-volunteer army hit an armed forces of Ukraine concentration area in the village of Bogatyr. After a direct hit by artillery, bombers of the 11th Guards Air Force and the Air Defense Army also hit the target with 2 FAB-500s.